Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me again, Chelsea, and today we are doing the long-awaited Clearursht check-in, and it's going to be really short, let's be honest, because I've read 2 books on my TBR. November was not as productive as I thought it was going to be, but that's okay. I'm going to talk you through these 2 books. I'm going to give you my reviews because I'm also going to make this a bit of a wrap up because there's only 2 books to talk about, and then we're going to knuckle down in December and we're going to try and cross off these prompts. I have actually started making these kind of like double up because you can double up prompts if you really want to, and I've kind of done that. So the prompts that I've ticked off so far, first up we'll do my free space, which I did on the wheel in a vlog a little while ago, and for that I picked Crown of Omens. I was like, I'm gonna keep this nice and easy, I'm gonna read this and it won't take me long, and it took me about a week to read. Not because it was bad, but because my head just wasn't in the game. It happens to us all, it's fine. We're going to pull it back in December. There is no way in heck I'm hitting my 100 books read this year, but you know what? If I can hit 76, which I'm not sure I can because I think that's 20 books, then maybe we'll be okay, but we'll see. We'll see. So this is Crown of Omens. This is a prequel novella in EJ Double's A Blood and Steel saga story. So far we have got this prequel novella and then 2 other editions. I know he's probably writing frantically, but he also is writing many other things because how he writes the way he does, I've got no idea. But this is a prequel. We have got 10 chapters in here, and every chapter is following a different perspective and they all interlace together. Now I gave this 4 stars, and as always I really enjoyed the writing style in this. I really enjoyed the characters. I don't want to say too much about what actually happens in the story because I feel like it will spoil something, and it might spoil the impact this book actually has on you. But definitely worth checking out. If you don't know where to start, obviously there's a lot of things that go around about prequels and reading the novella first and whatever. If you just want to dip your toes into the writing style of this series, definitely check this out. Check this out regardless, but if that's where you want to start, check this out before you go into The Fangs of War, which is the first book in the full series. I highly recommend. I know that everyone... well, I'd like to think everyone will love this series. I know reading is subjective, but anyways, I really enjoyed this. Happy that this was something that I managed to cross off my list, and I was very kindly sent that edition as well by EJ because we did a read along of his other books earlier this year. Lovely chap, definitely worth checking out. And then the other book that I managed to read was this one, which is A Study in Drowning by Ava Reid. I read this for It's All About Fantasy. We did a live show over on Lisa's channel, so make sure you go and check that out. The Twitter is always linked down below, just in case you want to follow along. We are taking a break in December, but we'll be back in January reading a Rob J. Hayes book, which I'm very excited about. This I also gave 4 stars to begin with. As I said in the live stream, I wasn't for it. I wasn't gelling with it. I wasn't enjoying it. And then I think I got about 100 pages in and you get given this mystery. So we are following 2 characters. We're in 1 perspective, but we have 2 main characters. So we are in Effie's head the whole time, and Effie is an architecture student. She doesn't want to be, she wants to be a literature student, but due to the time of this story being set, women are still not seen as equal, so she managed to get the grades, but she was only accepted into the architecture college. And one day she sees a sign on a wall in the college saying that her favourite author ever has died, and they want an architecture student to redesign the house and come for 6 weeks and basically put the project together. And this is an opportunity of a lifetime for Effie, so she signs up. She also meets Preston along the way, who is a literature student, and they don't really get on to begin with, but this is definitely like an evolved relationship, and I really enjoyed the relationship in this. There are some trigger warnings for this book, so check them out. The main one for me was talking about sexual abuse. It doesn't go into detail, you don't see anything, but it is mentioned frequently throughout the book in kind of like almost flashback-esque style. So check those out before you dive into this. I really enjoyed it though. I thought it was really good, and the mystery is definitely the thing that I enjoyed the most about this. So I've actually crossed off 2 prompts with this so far, just in case I don't manage to read books that cross off every single prompt, and I used this for a character with lots of ambition because Effie is determined to prove that her author, that is her favourite author, is not a fraud, and her direction kind of evolves throughout the book, and I also use this for a book with fish or ocean themes because the house is set right on the edge of a cliff overlooking the ocean. So those are the 3 prompts that I have crossed off with 2 very good books, one indie, one traditionally published. I'm looking forward to actually crossing off more. I have a fair few things on my radar that I actually want to get to this month, and we're just gonna quickly talk about them. So apart from Spiffbo books, which I have got on my list, currently I am still reading Murder at Spindle Manor, which I will have a review up ready for you guys soon. I have a few other things that I want to get to. The first is a buddy read with the lovely Kate, and we have a wheel that picks the random books that we are going to read. We're in the process of redoing it for 2024, but the wheel picked Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. So this is the first book in her new trilogy. I now own all 3 books, but I have not read any of them. Surprise, surprise. So this one we are following Evangeline Fox, who has always believed in happily ever after until she learns that the love of her life is about to marry another and her dreams are shattered. I know that this is going to be romancy. I've heard some good things about the first and the second, bit iffy about the third, but I can't make any judgments until I myself have read them. So I'm very excited to be actually getting to this, and hopefully this will be a series that I'll cross off my list in 2024. Especially because I finished the Caraval series this year. I do like her writing, it's very whimsical. There's always romance though, which has obviously never been my strong point, but it's in a lot of books, so I just kind of have to learn to live with it. And then the next 2 are indie books. The first one is The Hunters Lament by Steve Pannett. I have had plenty of time to read this, but I've completely fallen behind on all of my reviews. So this is his indie debut. It is now released, you can purchase this, and we are following our main character Bittersweet, who is leading a crew. It says on the back, soon Sweet and his crew have a choice to make, hunt or be hunted. It sounds like a really good time, and I've been meaning to read it. I've just unfortunately fallen right off the bandwagon recently, and I'm ever so sorry to Steve for doing that, but I can't wait to check this out, and I'm hoping that this is the month that I will cross this off my list, and I will get a review up for you guys as well. Maybe it'll feature in an indie review coming in 2024, because I don't think there are any scheduled for the rest of 2023. The other book that is indie is none other than Daughter of the Beast by E.C. Greaves. So this is a Spiffbo 9 finalist. I need to cross this off, and I want to get this one filmed, ready to be published in 2024, as we're reading our books through basically in chunks, and then we're releasing reviews as we go. This is one that I own physically, so I want to get to this sooner rather than later so that I can actually film my review for it, and then I will carry on with the rest of the books for Spiffbo 9 as well. Hopefully I'll be able to pick up a few. This month I am going to see my mum in France, which means that I need to take a ferry for many hours, and I'm hoping that I will take my Kindle and I will read some other things. And then I have 2 more books as well that I want to possibly get to within the month, that I've also been sent for review. And those are, first up, The Bitter Crown by Justin Lee Anderson. This is the sequel to The Lost War, which was also released in 2023, which I really enjoyed. This is releasing on December 7th, I want to say, and it is the second in a trilogy. I really enjoyed the first book, so I'm looking forward to getting to the third? What am I on about? The second book. I also love the orange in this. And then the other book that I have got to review is none other than Grievous Blood by Alexander Darwin. This is, again, the second book in a trilogy in the Combat Codes, which is a fantasy, almost fighting book. I really enjoyed the way that they portrayed the fighting styles in these books. They're really, really cool. And I'm looking forward to just getting to these 2. Thank you so much to Black Crow PR and Orbit for sending me copies of these to review. I will not let you down, and I will review these shortly. So there is a stack of books, let me just pile it up, that I would love to read in the month of December to also carry on, you know, getting through my Clearursht TBR and crossing things off and catching up on reviews. My main goal for this month is to catch up on reviews. I've got some short stories that I need to read for Sphinx as well, and hopefully I'll do an overall video for that coming soon, or I might do some written reviews. I'm still on the fence about that, but But otherwise, that is everything for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. Really supports me and my channel. Leave me a comment down below of what books you are planning to finish off the year with. I cannot believe this is the final month in 2023. This year has felt fast, it has felt slow, as I'm sure every year does. But yeah, be sure to leave those books down below. If you just want to leave me an emoji, leave me any book emojis. And if you want to see more of me, please consider subscribing down below and ringing that notification bell to get notified every single time I upload new videos. I'm currently uploading a short and a reel every single day up until Christmas. So that's Vlogmas this year. I wanted to do Vlogmas, but my life isn't interesting enough to do full videos, so we are doing shorts every single day up until Christmas Day. So be sure to subscribe, follow along for those. It's also over on my Instagram in case that is more your platform. Again, my links are all down below. Shameless self-promotion. There also will be 12 videos on the countdown to Christmas coming up starting on the 13th of December, so be sure to be here watching for best, for worst, for gorgeous, for all sorts of things I've got planned. I'm also going to be talking about my spending habits this year, so I think you might want to be around for that because it's a big number. Please no judgment, just support. But otherwise, that is everything for today's video. I hope you're having an amazing day and I'll see you soon in the next one. Bye.